Hi guys, this is video 4 of Geometry of 2D Shapes. This is the last one for the week. Alright, so we're moving on to some more properties of quadrilaterals. So you are going to need that sharp worksheet, or you can look in your textbook at the properties. Okay, so the first thing that they want us to do is they want us to classify the quadrilateral based on what they've told us. Okay, so again, what do we know? We know that the angles are bisected and equal to 45. Okay, so the angles have been cut in half and each one is equal to 45, which means the whole angle is equal to 90 degrees. Okay, so that should already be saying, all right, it could be maybe a square or a rectangle, something along those lines. We also know that all the diagonals are bisected and they're equal to each other. Okay, so all the diagonals are bisected and they're also equal to each other. So we conclude that ABCD is a square. And because it's a square, I can now figure out what x, y, and z are. Alright, so x would be equal to 90 degrees. Why? Because in a square, the diagonals intersect at 90. Okay, so wherever the diagonals intersect, that will be 90 degrees. So although it doesn't look like 90 because they haven't drawn it to scale, they specifically didn't draw it to scale so that you would have to use the properties to figure it out. Okay, so you can't just look at the diagram and say, well, what does it look like? You have to use the properties of a square, and the properties of a square tell you that the middle angles here are all equal to 90 degrees. Okay, so x is equal to 90 degrees. Then they asked me to work out what y is equal to. Well, y is equal to 45 degrees because of alternating angles. So if you have a look at the Z shape here, so if you trace along my mouse, there's a Z there, which means that the alternating angles will be equal because I know in a square the opposite sides are parallel. Okay, alternatively, you could have just said that the opposite sides of a square are equal, so therefore y is equal to 45 degrees, and diagonals bisect the angles. Alright, then z, they want this full angle here. Okay, so not just half the angle, but the full angle. Z will be equal to 90 degrees. Why? Because properties of a square, the vertices of a square are equal to 90 degrees. Okay, so this is what you're going to have to do for homework, but with a different shape. So please take this down. So pause the video and take it down. Then you can go ahead and write exercise 13.5 on page 131. I only want you to do number 2A and B. This is what it looks like. It looks like this. So you're going to have to classify the quadrilateral first, the way that I did it in the one before this, and then you're going to have to calculate P, Q, R, S, and T based on your classification. Okay, good luck, guys.